Hi everybody, Russ from the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well, my friends. Happy Friday. It's going home time now. Going home time on Friday. Hope you got good plans sorted. If you haven't got good plans, if you've got a spare hour or so, can I just point you to a couple of shows actually. At lunchtime we did a keep, loan, sell. We did one before in the last week. We were looking at defenders and goalkeepers. We looked at the attackers and forwards. That was quite good fun. But also last night we had Tim Breaker on the channel. We try and do it all the time. We bring ex-players on and give you opportunities to ask him any questions. So many questions. We couldn't get through them all. But bless him, it's absolutely really, really fun. A few technical problems with the sound, but you can hear him, it was a bit crackly. Someone thought they were cooking bacon, but doesn't matter. But bless Tim, he even went out and he turned up and that was his shirt worn 92-93 shirt, because obviously with the new shirt being released, his son asked, "Oh, you should find it," and he found it. It stinks. But he found it, bless him. So make sure you check it. It was really good fun. Also tomorrow we've got a little fun one. Raise an eyebrow to obviously all the crazy transfer rumours we've had in the last. The transfer window is now open. Congratulations, everyone. Welcome. And we've already been leaked with 80 odd people. But it got me thinking about the old ones. So old transfers, famous transfers that never happened, the shoulda, woulda, couldas. And so we're starting a new series called Retro Rumours. And we've got 10 rumours. That's going to be on tomorrow at sometime during the day tomorrow, whenever I've scheduled it to come up. But there's some great players who could have played for West Ham. And then what we do is we go, okay, well, we didn't sign this person, but instead we signed this person, and it's quite funny. It's quite funny to look back, and it hasn't been, it's back since the 60s as well. We look at some stars in the 60s who we could have signed as well, so check that out. But anyway, I bring with you today's Hammers headlines in association with KUMB.com. We take the news from around the world and present the findings, present the highlights, the snippets, so you don't have to do it all yourself. Basically, we wade through all the rumours, and to be honest, I know it's a lot of rumours at the moment, but that's sort of the news at the moment, really. We're not necessarily going to talk about Sonny Perkins or anything like that. We're going to talk about some rumours because it's what everyone's talking about at the moment, particularly with the transfer window open. So 3 stories, as always. The first one is about a Bayern Munich. I just realised I'm all in blue. If this shirt was slightly different, I'd be like Holly from Red Dwarf. Anyway, there's a random reference for some people. Anyway, so apparently West Ham are allegedly in the mix to sign talented Bayern Munich midfielder Marc Roca. This summer. That's according to a report from The Athletic, who claim the Hammers will have to pay around 10 million quid for the 25-year-old midfielder. Obviously, we know central midfield is one of the sort of key areas we need to invest in this season. With obviously Nobes not there, Alex Kral most likely going back. He goes back at the end of this month, I think, really technically. So that's an area we need to invest in. And they reckon that the Bayern Munich midfielder could be a good signing potentially as well. He's Spanish. He would certainly provide some competition and probably more likely cover for Declan Rice and Thomas Souček. He joined Bayern Munich from Espanyol in 2020 for around 12.5 million quid. He can play defensive midfield as well as being more of an orthodox sort of central midfield position, which is stuff like that always sort of rings in bells in Moyes' ears. He loves all that type of stuff in terms of diverse. He can play in a couple of different positions. Very good technically. Some liken him to sort of Thiago. He's got a bit of a Rodri about him in terms of how he holds himself as well. Wouldn't mind him for 10 million quid. But yeah, very good technically, as most Spanish midfielders are, to be honest. high energy levels, high stamina levels. I haven't had a pint yet, and I'm stumbling my words already. And he's not afraid to get stuck in. So he reminds me a lot of Fornals in terms of his work ethic as well. It seems more than capable of transitioning from the Bundesliga to the Premier League, as he has the sort of physical capabilities. He holds himself quite well. And to be honest, he's 25 now, so he needs to be playing regular football. And he's not getting enough at Bayern Munich. So, and obviously World Cup year as well, potentially, who knows. So 10 million quid for him, I think, would be an absolute bargain. So we shall see. And also, it's not going to break the bank, but it's going to bring in a lot of quality. He possesses a lot of quality, a lot of technical ability as well. Right, so we're talking about Bayern Munich. We're going to move on to Atalanta, another sort of versatile player. Apparently, we're interested in, great name to me to pronounce, Joakim Maehle. I call him Joakim. That's according to a report from the Daily Star that claims the Hammers sent scouts to watch him in action for Denmark alongside midfield target Christian Eriksen as well for the 2-1 victory over Austria this week. As per the report, he is a player who West Ham have been tracking apparently 4 years. Not 4 years, but for years, with the club said to have attempted to land him back when he was plying his trade for Genk. Previous reports have reported that he would cost in the region of 15 million quid. He's on 22 grand a week. He is traditionally a right back, but can play both sides. On both flanks over the last couple of years, and has made the role of sort of wing back his own. So again, can play in several positions, can play right back, left back, right wing back, left wing back. He's also developed to become, with Atalanta, a very reliable sort of squad player, and capable of playing the back three or back four. And arguably he's best at the club when it comes to his development as this sort of wide defender. So again, you can see these types of 10 to 15 million, 10 to 20 millions pounds players, and it's like they're coming in and they would bring a lot of options. They'd bring a lot of options for us. And what is he? Is he 20? I think he's around. He's sort of early 20s as well. So again, he's someone who's got a good few years on him. And again, 15 million quid doesn't seem too bad really at all. And the two of them over 25 million quid. We'll take that. And lastly, another bargain, a Blas bargain. West Ham have allegedly been told they can sign Ludovic Blas from Nantes in the summer transfer for 17 million quid. According to a report from L'Equipe, who claim that Nantes are offering the 24-year-old attacking midfielder to interested clubs for that bargain fee. The Hammers have been offered the chance to sign the Nantes ace for 17 million quid this summer, according to this report, which, to be honest, I think 70 million quid is a good player, is exciting. I think that's an absolute bloody bargain if that's the case. Left-footed, attacking midfielder, comfortable when playing as a 10 as well. So can play on the left, but can play as a 10. He is, I prefer him out wide, in all honesty, because he has him really, really impressive levels of pace and really high energies, really good technical ability as well. So literally, the Frenchman is pretty strong as well. He's he doesn't get pushed over quite easily. So bodes well of his chances of moving into the Premier League in terms of the physical nature. And I think with the pace, and that's what we need, particularly on the left-hand side. We've got it on the right-hand side, arguably with Bowen. We've got it up front with Antonio. But that left side, we need a bit of pace. We need a bit of pace. So we have a three-pronged pacey attack. I would be well up for that. He's bagged 15 goals and 5 assists in 41 games this season. So that's 20 goal-scoring contributions in 41 games. Almost 2 in 1. I've done them, or 1 in 2. I've done the maths. And he's not a one-season wonder. He's racked up last year 11 goals and 5 assists. The season before, it was last season, and I think realistically 17 million quid, that sounds an absolute bargain. Could be a better bargain than Jesse Lingard, I'd say, in terms of when you pay his wages and you pay his signing on fee, you're probably going to be paying around the same money, to be honest. I don't know what money he's on a week, but I wouldn't necessarily think it's a lot, or certainly not £180,000, as what Jesse Lingard is asking. So, and again, young as well. He's 25, 24, 24. So again, this, you can see that these are probably three of the most realistic I've seen for a little while, in all honesty. I mean, I could have spoken about Calvert-Lewin. I could have spoken about Gabriel Jesus. I could have spoke about Marcus Rashford. But these aren't, I don't see those being realistic targets for us. Guys like this I can see really benefiting our squad and improving it. And people we want to see perform well. So, for example, someone like Blas, I think he would really get people off their seat. And that's what we want. We want to be entertained. Anyway, that's enough for me today. As I said, if you want to spend some time listening to Tim Breaker, talking about everything, talking about West Ham now, talking about coaching, the standard of the youth team setups, because he obviously does a lot of scouting. We did a lot of scouting. He's not scouting at the moment, as well as his time at West Ham. 9 years at West Ham. Hell of a lot of change as well in terms of the guys, starting off with the likes of Martin Allen and Alvin Martin, then moving into sort of Paolo Futre. We talk about Darnay, we talk about Hugo Porfirio, Florin Madachoy, and then we talk about Berkovic and Stan Lazaridis, and sort of it went from all British to sort of as many foreign players as we had in sort of the League of Nations, wasn't it? We had Harry sort of brought into the side, and then it was a factor of quality rather than quantity. So the likes of Slaven Bilic, Marc Roca, that whole microcosm, sort of that period was a massive change, and obviously Tim was there throughout it all. And we spoke about his last game as well, which was really interesting, and still sad that he stopped playing, basically. So make sure you check it out. He's a top man. Really, really funny. And as I said, we'll be back here. As I said, tomorrow we'll be doing Retro Rumours, so make sure you check that out. And then we'll be back on Monday, all to start again. Maybe we'll sign someone. Who knows? So that's me. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Stay, like you say, cheeky. Stay positive. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Ta-ta for now, my friends. Cheerio.